Okay, shalom, shalom. All right, let me go ahead and just make sure this is good. Make sure they can hear me. I'm actually near. I mean, it's actually pretty dope, man. But you know, so it's peaceful, man. You know, but we want to make sure this is you can hear over the noise, Lord willing. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Let me just switch this up a little bit and get everything. All right, shit. I'm gonna just start, man. We got it going. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, which rule well in Great Millstone only. All right. Peace and salutations, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which hold the conduct, composure, and integrity, keeping the right mindset and mind frame. All right. The information that we are commanded to receive in this time. All right. Basically through you learning it through the adversity, the trials, the tribulations, the temptations, whatever other manner you could think of, and how you know, the Lord puts us through things to ultimately become stronger and understand. All right, let me read the scripture real quick. All right, this is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. It's like a Revelation 1 and 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy." All right. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth." When you look into that word "readeth," it goes into understanding. Okay. You know, the whole point why we're here is to understand. Learn to understand many things. Learn to understand why we need the Lord to control our goings. Learn between righteousness and learn between wickedness and righteousness. Okay. To correct our people, the nation of Israel, you so-called Latinos, Native American Indians, and I think I said Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right, but there are many other things, man, so that the Lord can distribute and show his power on the earth, because the whole world lays in darkness. The whole world is faithless. All right, they don't trust, they don't believe. All right, so a lot of things that what goes on in today's time really is supposed to turn your mind towards the living power. Now, pursuant to Israel, man, that's your main priority and focus. The world ain't gonna get it, but we got the world, we got the heathen, the wicked ruling today, which is why you don't understand, which is why you can't find out the truth of the matter, because it's all buried and hidden from these other nations, man. Okay? But they don't want you to understand. They don't want you to comprehend what you should be doing in this time. All right, there's another scripture I want to get. Let me see, get it in Ephesians. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly," which to be circumspect means that you are observing. You're constantly observing everything that's around you. All right, you're comprehending it. You're understanding. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." redeeming the time because the days are evil. So buying back, in this time, man, because the time is short, we spend our time trying to tip the scale very quickly. You imagine this thing as if, you looking at the clock, it's about to hit, but you steady trying to get that one job done, and you just hoping you get it done. All right, that's how we're doing it with the Lord, man, because the Lord, he's coming back. All right, and he's looking for men that have been working this whole time. He's looking for men that have stood firmly for him while, going through the hardships that they go through. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15. 15, Salakia, 1 Corinthians 15 and 57. It says, but thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us a victory through our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. And it tells you in Hebrews that you do these things so much more, seeing as you see the day approaching. Because we ain't got much more time left to prove or to persuade the Lord that we're worthy of saving. All right? Which is why, we run harder. All right? Which is why we stress to individuals in this truth, to brothers, that you need to start pushing more. All right? You need to start taking this thing a lot more seriously than what you really have been taking it. Because, what's coming, man, really, we ain't ready for it. Okay? Despite the Lord getting the elect fully prepared, it's still going to be a lot of things, man, that are going to throw us off. All right, but we've been in this time getting prepared to feel those emotions that we're going to feel in that time. You're going to feel fear. You're going to feel a heightened, very, very heightened amount of fear. Your adrenaline going to be kicking up nonstop. When your adrenaline kicks in, man, it gets harder to move. You shake a lot. You look like a bird, basically, man. The Lord is prepping us to get ready for those times. All right. Now, ultimately, it's going to be through Yahweh B'Shem Shai that He's going to get us through these things and give us a stable mind. But that also comes on our part, put us some work in as well. Okay. And that work that we go through is a part of the affliction and trials that we got to deal with, which leads me to my lesson that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man be perfected without trials. And I actually wanted to read an article that I've been holding, man, for a few weeks. All right, but I, went back in my, I got like 50 windows on my phone, man, on my my tabs for the internet, and I decided to go back up to it. But let me go ahead and get it out of Gmail. All right. Just bear with me 1 second while Esau's technology works slow as hell for me. All right. Hey, man, and Lord willing, all right, this lesson is edifying. Okay. It's always important about, teaching, man. It's always important about conveying the proper message. All right, because the times have come, man. If us men who have this light and we have this understanding and knowledge, if we don't dispense it the proper way, man, to you others, individuals that are trying to learn, well, then it's on us. And really, you should feel terrible about that. If you if you claim you a man of the Lord, man, you should be feeling sentimental and ashamed if you ain't giving the right knowledge to the people. Okay, whether they are 2/3 or not, man, it's your job to tell the truth. Okay, but let me see. This article that I ended up having, I sent it to my email, and this is really the premise of the topic. All right. But this is, you can go to linkedin.com, /gem dash cannot be polished, or dash cannot dash Salakia, gem dash cannot dash polish without friction nor man trials. Just go to LinkedIn and type in a gem cannot be polished. But it says a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. That is the premise, that's the topic on this lesson, or on this document. So it says, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Seneca, like these raw stones, we need a little friction to become our best. It says, don't look, check it out, man. It says like these raw stones. So the gems that you see, you know, the like the ruby, the onyx, the oryx, all right, the carbuncle, the bismuth, okay, you know, these precious stones, man, ruby, sapphires, amethyst, okay. It says like these raw stones, we need a little friction to become our best. Don't look at the trials before you as obstacles. Consider them as a training ground and improve. That's why you have scriptures in like Sirach, when it talks about that see, our trial, our friction is the trial of adversity. All right, when you read in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, all right, that's what the Lord identifies as the only possible way in which a man can actually be malleable. All right, he can be formed. All right, he can be actually with a gem, you polish and you can cut and trim up. So it can, you know, a diamond, it's not just a raggedy block. They trim it up. Like you go into stores, right, and they got a nice design to them where the light spectrum illuminates even more beautiful colors. Okay, Sirach 2 and 5. It says for gold, and gold is basically a precious stone or a precious metal. All right, it says for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, like I said, through the things that you deal with on a regular basis, whether it be a cut toe, you trip, you know, you bang your knee into the wall, you know, you fall off the bed at night. These are your afflictions, man. This is your adversity. These are your trials. Okay, and Shalom, Mike Yahweh Shem Brakatah. Okay, but the Lord says that because the gold is tried in the fire, that this is acceptable, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right, what did it say about the ones that are going to be saved in this time? That they're going to be brought to the furnace as silver is tried and refined. Okay, see the Lord. See, one thing about us, man, is the elect. They hold the Most High's words in them. All right, like Paul said, we are those written epistles. Well, what did the Lord say about His words? All right, I think I have it here, right here. What did He say about His words? Because if those, and I'm making a point, if those words be in us, then how do you think the Lord's looking at us? Okay, this is Psalms chapter. Hold on. This is Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. It says that the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making the wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoice in the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. All right, the fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous judgment. It says, more to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, because hey, we already know that the Lord's words are are pure gold. All right, let me see if I can get another one. And oh, that's the wrong chapter. Let's see. Let's see. Right here. This is Psalms chapter 12 and verse 6. It says that the words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. So if He's putting that into you, into your spirit, well then you understand that there's a refining process. See, we've been dirty this whole time. So every day it's a cleansing process, and that comes through the fire of adversity. It comes through the affliction. It comes through your baby mama always talking shit to you, man. Shit, man. The government up your ass about something, man. Whatever it may be, okay. And I'm gonna read your scripture out the water. It says, it's like the glare on it. It says James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. See, people want to expect, and this is why it's so hard for the wicked and the blind to see, man. Like, you don't understand that there's a procedure and a protocol to everything. All right, you can't You can't physically put a man into a into a furnace and then get a hammer, and when he gets burned up and charred, beat him up to make him look better, like, you know, like Squidward, man, in the SpongeBob, man, when they, you know, disfigured his face and he looked like an Adonis, man. It don't work like that, man. There are I don't know how to say it. You know, there are, in this time, how you react to a situation is what molds you. All right, because here it is, you could have a situation where you used to always be hasty, but if the Spirit be dealing with you, man, it teaches you how to have patience. And then you've now put off an undesirable attribute to now be better. Testing our faith, right? Testing our faith comes through life situations, okay? You know, I want to quote something real quick, and I'm going to continue your scripture. But the movie Evan Almighty, all right, not Bruce Almighty, but Evan Almighty. Evan Almighty, you know, met God, you know, Morgan Freeman in the movie, and he was talking about how do you get faith? How do you get patience? He's like, you expect to just get it, but, you know, you got to understand that I give you ways to learn patience. I put you into a situation to learn how to be patient, more humble, not so hasty. You know, situations that you might get aggravated about in the past, you know, hella quick. But over the process of time, if you be sincere and willing to learn and get those desirable, you know, traits of the Spirit, well, now you're not going to be reacting so hastily. You're going to understand, like, I've been through this before, man. I know what I got to do. Let me just sit, watch, observe, fall back, and let the Lord work. And that's how this comes through, the friction, okay? It says, James 1:3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Knowing this, oh yeah, it's the same one. It says demons, principalities, bothering. Yeah, there's a whole arsenal behind, you know, Satan testing us, man. All right, and real quick, just to throw this out, man, brothers need to understand that, you know, Satan, he ain't, you know, he's an angel of the Lord, man. All right, when you start understanding certain things, man, it'll help you be have an easier time in this thing. All right, you know, like I said in Esdras, you know, that the righteous shall hope for broad. You know, the Lord will open up your understanding to make it easier for you to trust, to maneuver, to conduct, to live in this society, even though it's a wicked and perverse society. But Satan, man, he's just doing his job. All right. And really, in a sense, you know, these other spirits, man, they love doing what they do for Yahweh Shema Shai because they're watching you too. They're watching you grow up. All right. So they know the Lord, when the Lord tells them to go there, and they're like, hey, try to fuck with them on this shit. All right, Yahweh, I'm going to do it to see what he does. So, hey, man, don't be thinking that, you know, Satan's always the problem, man. He's just doing his job, okay? But demons, principalities bothering us, testing our faith, striving for masteries. Yeah, striving for masteries. All right, that's the whole thing about it, man. Because we've been, hey, man, we had to start from the bottom, all right? In this faith, in this truth, we had to start from ground zero, okay? So, I mean, a baby don't know how to go to war, okay? You know, they can't even hold a sword in due time. Like it says, in fact, I'm going to go back to that chapter that you had brought out in James. In due time, you learn how to crawl, stand up, and then walk, and then hold your head up like a man, all right? Let me see. James chapter 1 and verse 2 says again, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Didn't you post that? Yeah, right there. Salakia, man. Yeah, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Through all the hell that you go through, the constant frustrations, all right, the doubts that are always plaguing your mind, all right, it really should be teaching you patience. Now, when you go into that word, man, bros need to really look up that word and understand patience. All right, patience, man. has a very good understanding behind it. If I could just work this damn thing. All right. Define patience. All right, the word patience, when you go into it, says the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Hey, what's the one thing that we get frustrated with and upset with, or aggravated with, man? We get aggravated with the fact that Yahweh Shem Yahshua came back. But one of the fruits of the spirits is understanding with patience that there are measures filled out in this time because the Lord is working a perfect work. He's working perfect things to get even you, Lord willing, to the perfect status. All right. He's raising up to be kings and princes, right? Did he not say that? What is that in Leviticus 19:6 or Exodus 19:6? For you shall be a kingdom of priests, a kings. Okay. So a king has to have a certain resolve. Has to have been a king. Can't just be set up and never have seen war or understand what war is about. That movie Henry, King Henry, I believe, came out of Netflix, man, a couple years ago. But you see what happens with an inexperienced king. The child, man, was just a complete bastard. He had bitterness toward his father, but his father was trying to get him to come back and be like, son, I need you to be the king for our people when I'm gone. And the kid was just a bitter asshole, man. But in that movie, all the kings of the provinces around him, they ended up sending him a baseball. So apparently one of the kings sent a baseball or a little play ball to him to mock him. All right. And they said that it was the king of the French or whatever, something like that. So he ends up going to war with this man and kills that king, and finds out later in the movie it was never him. It was his own councilmen. So we got to have acumen. We got to have discernment. We got to have, the ability to discern. All right. And that comes with patience. All right. That comes with a process of waiting. All right. Again, the word patience. Okay. God damn it. The word patience means having the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering. All right. You gotta, the world looking at you like you crazy. Your own family is always, it's your own family too that's always against you, okay? People talking about you behind, closed doors or at your job, or just in general, man. They just look at you like you're weird as hell, man, But to have the capacity or the capability to endure that, hey, man, that says a lot more about your character than what it says to this world. The world is quick. Man, the world is going to die. They have no sense of discernment. They have nothing testing them, man. They're enjoying this life. They haven't had a life with pressure. All right. They haven't been squeezed. They haven't been tested. Okay. A lot of these people, man, when their car goes to shit, they fucking break down and cry. We get a flat tire, man. All we do is kick the damn tire like, God damn it. Or we just look up to the heavens like, whatever, man. And we get on with it, man. See, the world is not ready for they're not ready for what's coming, man. They're not ready. We are, Lord willing. We've been given that spirit to get ready, okay? And it's even more beautiful because when all hell breaks loose, man, when all hell breaks loose, we're gonna have the wisdom and knowledge that shall be our stability and strength of our times, because we've been waiting for this world to be destroyed the whole time. All right, we're not gonna get thrown off, all right? So I'm gonna read this one more time, and then I'm gonna get back to the article. So the word patience means having the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That's why, cooler heads prevail. All right? That saying is true, man. Cooler heads prevail, man. You don't look like a fool. You don't accidentally make an improper judgment. Oh, my bad. I was wrong the whole time. And then you look like a fool, man. The Lord, man, is perfect in what he's doing. All right? So, going back to what I was reading about this article, all right, I'm gonna start from the very beginning. It says, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man without perfected trials, or nor a man perfected without trials. It says, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Like these raw stones, we need a little friction to become our best. Don't look at the trials before you as obstacles. Consider them as a training ground and improve. Hey man, the brother at Tazamon, man, that was here a second ago, GMS Fruit of Knowledge by Yoff. He made a video yesterday. Beautiful scene. I love that scene with Bruce Lee when he's training his little protege. And he's trying to say, kick me. And he does like, don't think, feel, and then he hits him on the head, bam. Look at the finger and look at the moon. And he slaps him, bam. He says, don't focus on the finger or you'll miss all the glory to the moons and the heavens. You got to understand that in the long run, all right, in every daily life and situation that you handle with is actually it's going to get you to a glorified state. All right, this is going to be our glory, man, if a man overcome and prevail in this time. Did it not say in 2nd Esdras that there was one crowning us? Who was that one? Who was that man crowning the innumerable multitude? It was Yahushua. And what did he do? He commended those that stood so stiffly for him. Okay, because we're doing in this time, we're not being bitches and brats about why God, why did you put me in this situation? If you loved us, if you loved me so damn much, why are you doing this to me? Why are you putting me in so much damn debt? Why are you bringing up a collection, from the credit department to me now and, making my score go down? I'm using that as an example because that happened to me just the other day. And it happened to me again. My credit score went up to like 679 and now it's back down to 551 for some reason after a day. So I'm like, what the hell? But I'm not, like people, man, they use these things, man, these stupid ass, of no relevance and importance, really anything for their salvation, and they're fixated on these problems and spoiling within it. They're coming out edifying. They're really just hollowing out. All right, we see these situations and we embrace them. We use them as testimonies. All right, we tell other brothers are like, hey man, shit sucks, man, but hey, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, figuring out, making a solution. Okay, that's what it says right here. Don't look at the trials before you as obstacles, but consider them as training ground and improve. So find a solution to it. Okay. And it's a damn camera, man. Yeah, I'm trying to use a little tripod today, man. All right, it's nice, man. Like I said, I came over here to this. It's nice. Lord willing, it heats up a little bit more. It's a little chilly still, but hey, man. Hey, what? Soon, hey, well, no, actually not. These rivers are going to be dried up, when America's destroyed. But you ain't going to see brown water like this anymore, man. It's going to be a lot more beautiful, and that's what we're waiting on. We're doing this work. We're enduring these trials, these temptations, all right, these tests, so we can get to see more far beautiful things. Gloriful things, all right, life. So it says right here, it says that it would be nice if life gave us one challenging situation at a time to deal with. Unfortunately, challenging situations normally roam around and attack in groups, all right? Like with Job. Job is a perfect example. When you read about what happened with him, man, he had one temptation after another, one incident occur after another that, like damn, couldn't the Lord have just did them space by space? Nah, man, that ain't how it worked. That ain't how it worked. We're doing heavy lifting, man. Our spirits are constantly working out. You learning how to balance, a 30-pound weight with a 100-pound weight in the other arm. All right. Let me get it to just real quick. This is Job chapter 30. This is Job chapter 13. You know what? Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord, and that's the same decree or the same order that Satan has been given in this time. That he's allowed, he has power to affect our life all around us, man, but not to touch us. Yeah, but yet, you know, with the understanding mind, we understand that, yeah, you know, we could get into a situation, a car accident, a broken leg, a broken arm, a fractured wrist, you know, whatever, man, you know. Those things are there, though, ultimately, really for like ass whoopings from the Lord. Okay, but in all, Satan does have the power to fuck with us, which is what he's doing now. But set not forth thine hand upon him. It says, so Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Verse 13, it even says Job's afflictions. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger from Job and said, the ox were plowing and the asses were feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. All right. And only I am escaped alone to tell thee. So even in this time, man, who are the Sabeans today? It's the goddamn Edomites, man, fucking with our lives, man. It's Esau intruding and taking things away from us. All right. You know, there was a Jake a couple of weeks ago, man. He posted online that, you know, he said that everything in his house was his. But once he stopped being able to pay on them bills, everything of his that was his, all of a sudden became not. All right, you know, we got Esau coming in, man, killing our people. All right, afflicting and oppressing us. Okay, and only we, the elect, are the ones escaping from it. We're getting through the situations. Okay, it says, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am escaped alone to tell thee. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven and had burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and only I am escaped alone to tell thee. You ever, you know, sometimes you be trying to do something for the Lord, man, and you be just trying to do something in general, man, but there's every goddamn obstacle in the way that day just to stop you. Some damn reason, everything that annoys you, ticks you off, or just gets to you, all of it just happens in that day. And you know what? Even as far as we've come into this truth, it still be, you know, fucking with us, man. We still fuck up on it. All right? It doesn't matter how long you've been in this thing, man. You're gonna fuck up on the same situation that you probably triumphed over in other times, and vice versa. You're gonna fuck up and you're gonna triumph. You know? But there's sometimes you look at it and you just like, damn, we know it was you, man. We know it was you, Yahweh Shai, man, Yahweh. You know, hey, man, you silly sometimes. You being funny, you know. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven and hath burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And only I am escaped alone to tell thee. What was sheep back then? What was, land and all that? That was the wealth of a man. Look at our wealth. God damn, man, we struggle so hard to pay for our car, to keep our car maintained, you know, to go places and eat, you know, to experience the earth, you know. I know there are bros out there that, you know, they do have that luxury to be able to travel to other brothers and this and that. So I'm not talking about that. But in Israel as a whole, man, we can't do like how Esau does, man. I was watching videos of Esau on boats last night. Really, it was boat crashes. I was looking at Edomites crashing in their boats. I was laughing my ass off, man. But, you know, they do that shit with ease. They partying, having fun, you know. With us, man, it's difficult. All right, that's the curses. You know, we can't increase off of the little that we even got. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came another also unto him and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants which with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young man, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. It says, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped and said, naked came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord Yahweh gave, and the Lord Yahweh have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. So there was a situation after situation that Job came into, all right? It wasn't just one temptation and he's like, you know what? All right, let's go handle it. It was a multitude of situations and trials, basically. That's what it really is. It's about trials, okay, that came upon Job. So it says it would be nice if life gave us one challenging situation at a time to deal with. Unfortunately, challenging situations normally roam around and attack in groups. It is often difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel because there are many different things going on at once. What's our light at the end of the tunnel? Salvation, okay? Deliverance, getting the hell out of Babylon. But sometimes, you know, when we get buried under what we're going through, you know, whatever it may be, you know, the distractions and the worries and the woes and all that, it can be hard to remember that, to have that trust, okay? It said, the bad news is that life is filled with many challenging situations. As long as we live, we will be confronted with them. The good news is that there is life during and after every challenging situation. And that's true in regards to this truth. All right, there is life at the end of that tunnel, if so that you keep on enduring. It says what we need to realize is that challenging situations are designed to bring discouragement, frustration, and misery. Yeah, they're meant to distract. Otherwise, they won't be challenging. Otherwise, they won't be challenging. Otherwise, they won't be challenging. It says, resolve ahead of time that the purpose of certain situations is to challenge our happiness and perseverance. Perseverance, all right? The ability to overcome, all right? In fact, let me look up that word properly, all right? Divine, nope, hold on. Define perseverance. The word perseverance means persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. That comes through patience, all right? Tenacity, determination, resolve, and resolution. One of my favorite scriptures, man. In your patience, possess ye your souls. All right. So, what perseverance means, you have determination. So you're determined to obtain that prize. All right. That you're determined to continue to fight for that mark. Okay. So, going back says, what we need to realize is that challenging situations are designed to bring discouragement, frustration, and misery. Otherwise, they won't be challenging. Resolve ahead of time that the purpose of certain situations is to challenge our happiness and perseverance. Once we've come to terms with this reality, we can choose joy and peace, even though they come bearing quite the opposite. You know, because all we want out of our problems, out of our worries, out of our doubts, out of the beatings that we take, all we want is peace. All we want is to get out of Babylon and be in the kingdom. All right, but you know, you ever notice you got to go through more. That ain't the end there. You got to keep on going through more. It says, focus on solutions rather than situations. All right, when we focus on our problems, we give them strength and feed their growth. Hey man, I posted something in the chat that was posted by another brother the other day. And it had this guy with a sign hanging out of his car saying, you're creating problems in your head again, stop it. Hey, we got to stop that. We got to learn to not get easily sidetracked, because the flesh, man, will have you do that in a heartbeat. It's the after response and reaction on what matters the most. Of course, you're going to react like a brat or an asshole or talk shit at first. Well, with time of learning, that'll actually change. All right, you'll actually know that you'll know that it was for a reason. And yeah, you may get frustrated and fumey, but I mean you'll actually calm down a lot more quicker. So it says, when we focus on problems, our problems take us where they want us to go, which generally is the place of despair, depression, uncertainty, and dead ends. Yeah, man, you just stew in your bitterness and you become more bitter. All right? Really, how you should be taking anything that you deal with, anything, all right, in any aspect or facet of your life, anything negative that you go through, man, you're supposed to understand that it's a trial, it's a test, all right? You're being tempted, all right? And when you're being tempted, it's the Lord trying your faith, all right? Are you going to remain loyal? Are you going to break or bend or buckle this time? Every situation, man, is tailor-made for you, okay? Really, the Lord has a hope and expectation that you'll come out of it, but you, all right, have to utilize knowledge, wisdom, and understanding properly, all right? It says, generally, this is a place of despair, depression, uncertainty, and dead ends. When we follow our problems, we tend to see our glass as half empty. Man, this is scriptural, man. What did it tell you, man, about, let me see. Let me go in and get that in James. No. Well, James could be a good one, but there's another one I want to hit. It's just not coming to my mind right now. But that one in James where it talks about wiping the glass. All right. Let me get that in James chapter 1 and verse 21. It says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive the meekness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. The Lord commanded you, whoever you are, whether if you serve it sincerely, you know, He commanded you to walk with a certain integrity, all right, with a certain behavior. All right, you are being a representative on the behalf of the higher powers that exist, man. So He has an expectation for you, and He expects His representatives to display His image. Okay, so if you down here acting bratty and talking shit or being like, you know what, man, fucking, God being crooked, man. He always doing this shit to me. Well, then how, you guilty of bloodshed, man. You guilty of manslaughter, because you passing that information on to others, man, who don't have understanding. So, hey, man, be very careful on that. Be very careful how you speak, man. All right, we don't curse the Lord ever, and you should not ever get to that mentality. All right, but it says, but wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with the meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer, Salakia, and I'm not trying to keep on talking, but you notice, man, when a situation comes to you, you can never avoid it. You can never just do nothing about it. I mean, you can, but it'll take you to a dead end. A lot of Jake's problems, man, though, require a lot of action. Okay, you can't just ride on a car with one tire being on the rim. You can't do it. It ain't gonna work. You know? You gotta find a solution to that problem. All right? It says, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. Now that's not really hit the angle that I wanted to hit. I know there's another one. It might be the one I'm thinking about with Esau. But the point of what I'm trying to get at is that, you know, it says right here that when we focus on solutions, our lives, no. Generally, when you focus on your problems, it leads to a place of despair, depression, uncertainty, and dead ends. When we follow our problems, we tend to see our glass as half empty. That's that, oh my God, why is this always got to happen to me? You know, you can fill that glass up, man, and clean it up. You can fix this. You can fix the problem. All right. It says now check it out. Check this out. This is the solution. It says, when we focus on our solutions, we take control. By focusing on solutions, we can start the processing of steering our lives in the direction we want to go. But what goal are we trying to get to? Life. What goal are we trying to get to? The pleasing of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're trying to ensure that our works is going to deliver us in the end. Okay? That's why the Lord said that in 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, that every man's work shall be made manifest, whether of whatever type it may be, whether it be straw, hay, gold, wood, silver, precious stones. But what did it say about the wood, the wood in particular, the straw? All right, it's gonna get burned up. You didn't solidify or fortify yourself to stand in the last day. So these are those that, you know, they didn't find a solution. They stewed in their bitterness. All right, they had this crybaby attitude. All right, the scriptures tell us, man, we got to show ourselves as men. So it says, focus on solutions rather than situations. When we focus on our problems, we give them, Salakia. When we focus on solutions, we take control. By focusing on solutions, we can start the process of steering our lives in the direction we want to go. When we focus on solutions, our lives are more productive because our goal is to exhaust all our options. Man, this guy had to have taken the scriptures, man, because everything we're saying, this is literally a blueprint and a template on how you should be walking in your daily life. Okay? You know, you should be, hey, man, focusing on the solution so we can become aware of what we have at our disposal. You learn what you need, what you don't need, what undesirable traits that you need to get rid of, things that are hindering you from growing, you know. And one thing about this truth, there's no end to growing if you be in the right spirit. Okay, you know, Psalms the 1st chapter, what is that? 1st and 2nd Peter's, where it says, desiring the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby. This ain't a eat only herbs type of situation, man. You're going to grow, and the Lord's going to grow every single man and elect that's in this truth. All right, I said this yesterday too, but don't just settle for herbs, man. All right, don't just settle for milk. Yeah, it's powerful. Yes, there is some elect that are going to just only receive those things, but don't just settle for that. Settle to be increased. Okay. Back to this article says, let's see. It says, when we focus on solutions, we take control. By focusing on solutions, we can start the process of steering our lives in the directions we want to go. When we focus on solutions, our lives are more productive because our goal is to exhaust all our options. This change in perspective causes us to see a glass that is half full. When we focus on solutions, we become aware that we have at our disposal, and we are more inclined to seize new opportunities. Hey, there's another saying, shit, damn, hopefully this continues. There's another saying, man, where it says, the old habits that you had in your life serve no purpose. It is time to acquire new habits. All right, you got to seize new opportunities, okay? In most cases, we have more than we need, and that's true. It says living a solution-oriented lifestyle allows us to use all our resources, including our intellect, as we navigate life. Moreover, it allows us to dwell in gratitude for our provisions. It says, when dealing with bothersome circumstances, a grateful heart goes a long way. Hey, be humble. When we realize all that we have at our disposal, it should make us dwell in a place of gratitude indefinitely. Hey, the Lord's grace is sufficient for us. We should be just thankful that the Lord ain't killing you. That's really what it is. Every single day, man, you should be thankful the Lord hasn't killed you yet. Bro, bro, the Lord could do some crazy shit. He could lift my body up while I'm making this live, toss me into the damn to the river right here, you know? Shit, I gotta hurry this up, man, because the phone's about to die. Damn, I can't even. Salaka, I'm gonna have to put my face right in this. Yeah, let me finish this up. And Lord willing, I can continue. My phone's gonna die. I can do it. Actually, you know what? I can do live on here, so I'll have to continue this. I only got like 5%, man. So when this dies, I'm gonna make my live on my tablet. So just bear with me. It says, challenging circumstances, Salakia. It says, as crazy as this might sound, challenging circumstances serve the purpose of teaching us how to enjoy the moment. Life is a series of highs and lows, but we can't allow our lows to snatch our joy and dictate our feelings. Learn to enjoy every moment of every day despite what life presents. And that's true, man. We're supposed to be walking in this life with joy because we got something far better to come. All right? Focusing on solutions keeps our thoughts in the moment and what we can accomplish in the now. So you know what? I'm gonna end it off right there, and I'm gonna drive home and recharge my phone, and I'm gonna do it live, man. I'm gonna continue this, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna read the whole article through. But I don't want my phone to die like last time, man. It's gonna die in a couple of seconds. But hey, Lord willing, so far it's been edifying. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna set this back up. But with that, Yahweh Bashem Ashar Brakathum, Kwam Ashar Allah Shalom.